Imagine building the most prestigious racing empire in the world, winning 5 Le Mans championships, creating cars that outran express trains, only to watch your own creation destroy you. This is the brutal truth behind every Bentley you see today. A story of genius, betrayal, and a man who lost everything to his greatest rival. Walter Owen Bentley was born in London in 1888, the youngest of 9 children in a prosperous silk merchant family. While his parents dreamed of a traditional education, 9-year-old Walter had different plans. He bought a second-hand bicycle and immediately dismantled it, not to ride it, but to understand how it worked. This obsession with mechanics, but fate has a twisted sense of humor. As motorcycles gained popularity, Walter's engineering curiosity overcame his prejudice. At 18, he bought his first motor vehicle, a belt-drive quadrant motorcycle. Working with his brother Horace, he modified the bike and entered local competitions. The results were stunning. Multiple gold medals between 1906 and 1908. Success bred ambition. Walter tackled the Isle of Man TT, the world's most dangerous motorcycle race. He crashed on his opening lap twice. But these failures taught him something invaluable. The secret to speed wasn't just power, it was precision engineering. In 1910, Walter joined the National Motor Cab Company, maintaining hundreds of London taxis. 2 years later, tragedy struck. His mother died, leaving him £2,000. Standing at her grave, Walter faced a choice: return to safety or risk everything on an impossible dream. He chose the dream. Walter bought a franchise selling French Dorio Fleon cars with his brother. But he wasn't content selling other people's visions. During a trip to France, he discovered something that would revolutionize racing forever: aluminum alloy. While competitors used heavy steel pistons, Walter experimented with a revolutionary formula: 88% aluminum, 12% copper. The results were explosive. His cars weren't just lighter, they were devastatingly fast. In 1913 and 1914, Walter shattered speed records, hitting 89.7 miles per hour when most cars struggled to reach 40. Then World War I erupted, seemingly ending his automotive dreams. But Walter's aluminum innovation caught the attention of Henry Royce. Together, they created the Rolls-Royce Eagle aircraft engine, while Walter developed the Bentley BR1, the engine that helped Britain dominate the skies. When peace returned in 1919, Walter received an MBE and £8,000 in prize money. With this capital, he founded Bentley Motors with a simple mission: build a fast car, a good car, the best in its class. The first Bentley 3-liter was revolutionary, the world's first production car with 4 valves per cylinder, dual spark plugs, and overhead camshaft. By 1924, it won Le Mans. Walter had gone from selling his first car to conquering the world's greatest race in just 3 years. But success attracted dangerous attention. In 1925, wealthy diamond heir Wolf Barnado bought his first Bentley and fell in love. He invested heavily, eventually taking control in 1926. Together with other wealthy racers known as the Bentley Boys, they transformed the brand into a lifestyle phenomenon. These weren't just racers. They were rich playboys who lived like tomorrow didn't exist. They partied hard, bet on everything, and drove their Bentleys like weapons. Barnado once raced his Bentley Speed 6 against an express train from France to London, arriving 4 minutes before the train even reached Calais. Between 1927 and 1930, Bentley achieved the impossible: 4 consecutive Le Mans victories. They were unstoppable, invincible, legendary. Then Walter created his masterpiece, the Bentley 8-liter. This beast could hit 100 miles per hour when competitors barely reached 60, yet ran whisper quiet. It was the perfect fusion of luxury and performance, exactly what Walter had envisioned. But timing is everything in tragedy. The 8-liter launched in 1930, just as Wall Street crashed. The Great Depression killed demand for luxury cars overnight. Despite their racing dominance, Bentley's expensive production costs became their death sentence. In 1931, the company went bankrupt. What happened next was Walter's worst nightmare. An anonymous buyer purchased Bentley at auction. That buyer was Rolls-Royce, Walter's former collaborator turned bitter rival. They hadn't bought Bentley to preserve it. They bought it to kill the competition. Walter was devastated and powerless. His factory was sold, operations moved to Derby, and in the cruelest twist of all, he was court-ordered to work for Rolls-Royce from 1932 to 1935. The man who built one of the world's greatest racing brands was reduced to a test driver for his own creation, now controlled by his enemies. After his contract ended in 1935, a broken Walter left the company he'd built with his heart and soul. He spent his remaining years working for other manufacturers, never again creating anything that matched his original vision. He died childless in 1971 at age 82, having watched Rolls-Royce turn Bentley into a badge-engineered shadow of its former glory. For decades, Bentley barely survived, producing cars virtually identical to Rolls-Royce models. Sales plummeted to just 5% of Rolls-Royce production. But legends don't die easily. In 1998, Volkswagen acquired Bentley and did something remarkable. They honored Walter's original vision. They returned to Le Mans in 2001, finishing third after 70 years away. In 2003, they won outright. The new Continental GT became a sensation, pushing sales from 800 to over 7,000 units annually. Today, Bentley thrives with models like the Flying Spur and Bentayga SUV, each hand-built with the performance obsession Walter instilled nearly a century ago. But here's the tragic irony. The man who created this empire never lived to see its resurrection. Walter Bentley built something so powerful that it survived his own destruction, a legacy written in aluminum and betrayal, speed and sorrow. Sometimes the greatest victories come after the greatest defeats.